Hello. What's that?
10 minutes went quick.
I know it did, girl. Now, we're going to be working up in this area, so make sure that the paddles cover this whole area right here. I'll show you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good there with those, with the paddles.
Okay.
So when I went ahead, because it's a blonde piece, I went ahead and
Okay.
just put some of that foam, but you know, foam washes off, so really I should have colored it, but I didn't. But, so I'll go ahead and go forward, pin it on here, and go forward about a 1/3 inch forward on both sides. And just, before you pin it, grab your closure and pull on it and see how far it stretches on both sides. So mine stretches about 1.5 holes over. So when I stretch mine on both sides evenly, it reaches to, you see this first hole?
Yes.
It reaches 1.5, so it reaches about to here on both sides. So keeping that in mind, there is no need to pull and tug as you're sewing your closure, because you know that when this was pulled, it went in about 1.5.
Now you're not breaking it past the lace here, right?
No, honey, I want you just to pay attention to me really carefully. I don't want you to touch. I don't want you to grab your lace unit, nothing. Nothing. So I want you to pay close attention to me. This is very important. Okay. So I want you to watch me do it. I'm taking my closure and I'm seeing how much it expands on both sides evenly. Okay, I'm seeing that mine's expanded to here on both sides, 1.5.
Okay.
It's good to use the squares to your advantage for measuring.
Okay.
Okay, so now that I know that this closure stretches 1.5 on both sides, I don't have to sit there and try to pull and do all this like how people be trying to pull on it. You don't have to, because you know that you've already pre-measured it. So now you can be gentle and do, this is what I'm gonna do mine first. So just watch, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna take it, make sure that the hair is out of the way. Keep some pins handy in case you need to, you know, pin that wild hair. Okay, now I'm gonna, because I already measured, first thing I wanna do, where I measured where the closure was on both sides, I'm gonna go ahead and put a needle here already, so that can be ready for me to grab that closure, and it's right here, 1.5. When I measured that closure, it's about 1.5, okay? So it's right here. This is where I'm putting my needle. Okay, on both my sides I'm gonna do that. Okay. So I thought I did more needles. I didn't do more needles. Let me grab another needle thread. So you could. Okay, I just want you to watch me, bro. Just keep watching me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put the needle on both sides of where I measured, and like I said, I used the squares as a form of measuring, so I know for sure that where these two needles are, that's when the closure stretches, that's where it goes. Okay?
Okay.
So now I'm ready. I'm gonna take my closure, bring it for where the measurement was and where my needle is, and then you take that closure and you bring it forward 1/3 inch, okay? Right there.
Okay.
All right, once you do that, you can go ahead and clip that. So I went ahead and just clipped it in. Now, I'm going to sew in without having to pull, because I know that on the other side, when I already pre-measured and pulled, it's on the other side. It's even. I don't know if you have a question about what I'm saying on that.
No, I don't.
Okay. So now I'm sewing. Sew it all the way to the corner. I've had students who don't sew it to the corner. So you have to see right here at the end of this square, that it has to be sewn on all the way to the very edge.
Okay.
Okay, it cannot not be sewn at the edge, because then that's not clean. So then I'm going to go ahead and just sew it to the end of here, okay?
Okay.
So, and again, I have already pre-stretched it, so I know more or less where it's supposed to be sewn on both sides. So that way, that's how I'm not stressing about pulling it and trying to sew it at the same time. You feel me? Okay.
Yeah.
That's why you pre-measure and you pre-stretch and you see exactly where it lays. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and knot this and just leave the needle here. All right, on the other side, I already have my needle in there. Now I'm gonna take this hair and switch it, right? Get it out of the way, switch it, pin it, and take my needle and thread. You see how when I stretch this, look where it goes. And I'm stretching real hard, but look, it's exactly
Where it's supposed to be.
where I put that thread right there, look. And I didn't even have to, like, just by pre-measuring and you put your threads there, then you just, like right now, I'm just gonna pick it up real quick. Make sure that it goes out 1/3 inch. So go ahead and start attaching it. Now, I think you get it loud and clear, so let's see what you got. And I will show you what we're gonna do with this later, okay, with the end of this. So you just make sure that when you do get to the end of the weave buddy, that closure is tacked, not this part, just where it lays, right
Okay.
here, okay? Let's do that.
Measure mine out first.
So measure your closure first. First measure your closure, see, pull on it real tight, evenly on both sides. So if you want to stand in front of your doll head, that way you can see, and measure it on both sides where it would fall, on both sides. Pull tight. As tight as your little fingers can. Is that the tightest you can pull?
It's gonna be about at the end of both first set of squares on each
Okay.
side.
It might be a little bit probably, since it's your first time, put your needle, okay, you see how, remember I put my needle at 1.5 down? Put your needle 1 1/4 down, because I feel like it's that closure is a little bigger than 4 inches. So do, and then do the base of your needle right there at that 1 1/4 for you. And then put the needle on the other side on the same spot.
Go ahead and cut the rest of this lace on the side on off.
Oh yeah. The kind that I ordered don't have that. That's why I wasn't. Now when you pulled really, because your lace closure might not be as elasticy as mine. When you pulled on it, it didn't pull that much.
It gave some give, not a whole lot, but it
Okay,
gave some.
maybe do it where you said. If you say you pulled hard, maybe do it where you said. I don't want to lead you wrong and then have it not fit.
Okay.
So at the bottom of on both sides of the squares, put that needle there. So first, you're gonna measure one more time?
I am. Yeah, it's about at the end of each square. The end of both.
Okay, good. Okay. So go ahead and put your needles in first. Take off that closure all the way, 100% off. Put your needles in where you measured.
So
And
come
then-
about here.
Okay, and exactly where your finger was, that's where you put that needle there on both sides.
Okay. And I am gonna sew into the small squares, right?
It doesn't matter, big square, small square. Only when you're at the end, at the edges, is when I like to use the small squares. Or closing the slits.
I got my needle on both
Okay.
sides.
So let's go ahead and put your closure on, and remember what I did? I took the closure and then I moved all the hair to the other side, because you're going to be working on that side. So move the hair all the way to the other side and click and put a metal clip on it, so it's not in your way.
Okay.
And now you can gently just start sewing that down, because you already know that you don't have to stretch and pull or fuss. You know, you already pre-measured. Bring it forward 1/3 inch. I'm going to show you again what that looks like. So there's the wee buddy, and see,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And if you wish to take a pin and clip it onto the weave buddy and onto your closure, so it could help you hold your closure better. So take that same clip that you used, or another one. Okay. You see that clip that you used at the front? Okay. Lift it back up, and then, okay, no, that clip, okay, and over here, look at my screen. To the front, at the front. Clip it at the front, it holds better. There you go, there you go. Thank you. And make sure that we didn't move anything out of place.
And you said have.
I don't feel like it's out enough. It's supposed to be out in front of the weave buddy. Is supposed to be way out more. Do a little tiny more, just a bit more. Should be about a 1/3 inch. Okay, that is perfection. Thank you. Now go ahead and start sewing it down. You see how you can use the weave buddy as part of clipping down, so you don't have to try to work around it in the back. It's better to clip the closure up in the front.
Now, when I was watching you do a couple of them, you do it like underhand with the
Okay, so I'll go back on the other side to show you. Because you also have to remember, I am left-handed though.
Okay.
So I might confuse you. But basically, I just go in. And now I'm on the other side, so the other side I can use my hand and pull a little, because I'm on the other side now. On the first side when you're sewing, well, you don't pull it, but on the second side you do pull it a little.
Okay.
So see, I just go up, grab some. Be careful not to poke their scalp back here. Now, do you have the protective paddles scooted down so that the needle's not gonna poke or anything, or scoot it down a little bit more, because I feel like you're at the edge there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm at the edge, working my way back a little bit.
Okay, so you did the edge already, but you did not bring the closure forward, right? It stayed outside, out there. Okay, good. Okay, go ahead and work it to the back. Do you have a, I was gonna, I was gonna ask you if you have a YouTube channel, yeah,
I do.
email.
With gotta just subscribe. I don't have an extra channel.
Wait, you don't have a channel?
No, I don't.
How are you gonna market your talents? Instagram?
I use Facebook, but I do have an Instagram. I can do Instagram.
You should
and
start marketing on Instagram. I'll definitely post you.
Facebook. Okay. Do this all the way to the back.
All the way to the end of the week, buddy, yes. And then do a nice little knot and leave the thread there.
Okay.
Now let's pull the hair the opposite direction. So pull the clips out. Pull it nice and neat the opposite direction. And then clip it in again. Make sure to leave out 1/3 inch at the front again.
This side. Go
Okay,
ahead.
hold on one second. Who are those dogs? Okay. So
They put out real cool song to make sure it comes
yeah,
down to that.
pull all the way down. Use your now this is where you use your fingers and
Okay, it's coming.
it's coming. Okay, good.
That's got a little spring on
You're
it.
pulling up though instead of down. That's not gonna be great.
Four.
When you're sewing, you're lifting up. Don't lift up. Pull. Take it, okay, and pull down. Pull down. Not you're like kind of lifting up. Pull down.
Okay.
See, your hand is still lifting it up. You're lifting it up. You gotta pull down. There you go. Yes, down and sew. Or just take, or don't even pull at all. Just take your needle, let your needle do the pulling. But it's just I don't like the way you're lifting it up though.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna find my grip in it and be talking. Hold on, I'm gonna move it from the stage though. It takes me to the stage before I do that.
I think it would help you if you, instead of like touching it at all, like have it clip, bring the needle down, and you're going up, bring the needle downward from the top to bottom.
Okay.
From top to bottom, and and that will help it like grab it and go down better. I feel it does, and then knot it every time you do that.
Oh, broke the thread.
Oh, was that a new one? See, because when you put in a new needle, you got to make sure that needle is in there real good, because you're gonna be doing some pulling, as you saw. So when you're just hooking that needle in, get it in there real good.
Still a lot of this thread, so I won't pull it through again.
One technique I like to do is when I double knot the thread, and you know how I showed you to go like this? When you double knot the thread, you take it real quick and you go like this, and that makes the two knots real tight.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay. Pull, pull, pull. Tight, tight, tight. It would sound wrong if it wasn't being, all the pulling wasn't on the Wee Buddy, right?
Right.
But it's on the Wee Buddy, so the client won't feel it and she won't suffer from it. Is that better going from up to down?
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure it's pulling all the way.
Okay,
Edge.
yes.
Okay, it's getting there.
Nice.
I messed up. This I didn't make sure this edge was up enough.
Okay, undo it. Just undo it. Unravel, undo the whole thing on that side. You're gonna need that. Boy, that dog loves to get shocked.
Every her making a fuss at me.
Is that?
I said, I hear her making a fuss out here.
Yep.
Alright,
So put that needle and thread back in there and put it real good, like so it just, if you, because you're gonna be pulling, so make sure it's in there real good. I'm gonna undo mine one more time and I want you to watch how I do it again.
Okay.
So, did you do the other side yet, or this is the first side?
This is the second side.
This is the second side, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and undo mine and then show you again. Okay. So my needle is right at the half. This is what I was telling you about, like when I do 2 knots like this, and then I take it and go like this, and that'll get that knot real good, so it won't unravel on you.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go ahead and I'm putting it in the half mark. And then see, I'm gonna go ahead and do one more knot just to make sure that needle doesn't bust on that thread doesn't bust. Okay, so are you watching?
I'm watching.
Okay, so this is forward a third. I'm gonna grab another pin. It's forward about a third, and whoop, I dropped the other camera here. And I go from top, bringing it down. See how I'm holding it, but I'm not like you were like this. Okay, you have to bring it bring it down. Down. And just making sure it doesn't move at all, because if it moves, what happened to you is going to happen. You're going to end up with it at the at not, you know, not having this extra. See how mine didn't move at all?
Yeah.
It's still right there. You were moving it too much. That's why that happened to you. You were like all like, you know. So don't move it. Keep it stable and steady. All right, let's see you.
Okay.
What I don't understand is why you lift it.
I thought, you know how some of the hair is still in the way, but I guess I should just pin it more out of the way.
Like, you should be bringing it down, not lifting it up. And I'm sorry to get on your case. I don't mean to get on your case about it. I just want to make sure you do.
Go ahead. You're doing right.
That's better too. You got it.
Keep me in check.
See, if I have to see something, I'm gonna just move it with my fingers. I'm not gonna be all like, you know. It has to be down and it has to be firm. I also have it in the video so you could go through it again. Much better. So we're not going to close the back part yet because we still got a couple of things to do here at the front.
Okay.
What the heck? Who's talking? Oh my God, what? Never keep that door open. Prince, are you here? Yes, okay. And I can't wait till they move out downstairs. They're moving out at the end of the month, and then I get to have upstairs and downstairs. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Great.
I know. I'm gonna now start my Weave Buddy Institute.
Okay, that's gonna be great.
Yes, because like it's, you know, I'm gonna have a whole full